What's going on, YouTube? It's me, El Panda Rulay. Ya tu sabes, estamos aquí. Today we're going to be going over the Home Run Derby collection. The complete collection. They released one part yesterday, and the second part released about an hour ago. We're going to go over every single player. They have 5 chances for 2 sets. So they have 10 chances to pull the high overalls in packs. You know how I feel about packs. We're going to talk about that, but nonetheless, let's go over every single player. Alright, so first off, we have the 92 overall Luis Gonzalez with the 89-80 contact with 119-107 power. Again, you have to remember that these cards are specifically for the Home Run Derby. So their fielding and their speed and their arm isn't always going to be exactly what it really was when they were at their best, but this only focuses on their performance in the Home Run Derby. So they gave us not random numbers, but like estimates. They don't want to make the card too good. So these stats are only the hitting stats because it was the Home Run Derby card. So we have the 82 vision. This card is alright. You got a lefty bat. As you can see, the fielding and the speed, terrible. Next up, we have Dave Parker, the very first Home Run Derby champion. He won with 6 home runs back in 1985. Can you imagine winning a home run derby with 6 home runs? I feel like I can do that. If that was the standard, if the champion hit 6 home runs, I could do that. But nonetheless, for his time, that was a big thing. We have 82-70 contact, 116-101 power. This card doesn't really pique my interest either because that contact is really low and the power is subpar. Again, the fieldings and the arms and the speeds and the yada yada yada, not really that accurate. It's focused on the Home Run Derby. So we're getting hits, we're getting home runs, we're getting doubles, we're hitting gappers. Next we have Tino Martinez, 78-62 contact, 115-103 power right off the bat. He doesn't have the threshold of the 80 contact, 80 power. That's when you can get the real good perfects. He doesn't have either of that. This card, I don't even know why they did it. He's a Yankee. I like Tino Martinez, but this card was a flop. I feel like they just wanted to fill something in. They could have given us a Bryce Harper card. And I know he didn't win last year. He should have, because that's a different story for another time, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr., why doesn't he have a Home Run Derby card? I know he didn't win last year because he was putting on a freaking show against everybody, and he was out of gas because Pete Alonso had to hit like 10 home runs to advance to the next round, and he was in a battle with, if I'm not mistaken, Jock Peterson, having to hit shot after shot after shot. I would prefer the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. card over this Tino Martinez card, to be honest. Not a good card. Just gonna come out and say, what were they thinking? Next, we have the Todd father, Todd Frazier from 2015 when he was on the Reds. Again, 78-71 contact with 111-125 power. What are we really gonna do with that? Not even as a pinch hitter. The contact is too low for these cards. For the past 2-3 cards that I looked at, the contact is way too low. Not really a card. It's what was this? I don't get it. Next, we have Jason Giambi, 82-72 contact, 120-106 power. The contact is there for the righties, and then the lefties at 72. I feel like for the Home Run Derby cards, they want to put a big emphasis on hitting the ball hard and far, making good contact with it. They should have gave at least every single one of these cards at least 80-80 on the contact. Giving us 82, alright, fine. But a 72 contact, and for the other players, I think there was one with a 68 contact. That's not what we're looking for. We need, if they're gonna give us something to hit bombs, we need higher contact. Again, this Jason Giambi card doesn't really pique my interest. Garrett Anderson from 2003. This card is better. It's better than the other ones that I reviewed so far. 82-92 contact, 116-110 power. That's good. That's a lot better than the others. Again, the fielding and the speed isn't there. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep reiterating that so you guys won't be like, oh, but all they do is hit. No shit. They're supposed to hit. That's all they're supposed to do because they're home run derby cards. On to the next one. Now, we're getting into the 97s and up. This was... I remember watching this home run derby. Aaron Judge won this shit. He probably had a bunch of swings left him. He wasn't even trying. This man is just a monster. This piques my interest. 92 101 contact with 120 125 power. The vision isn't there. Nobody cares about that. That card is great hitting. And then even for the fielding, he has a gold shield out in right field, a silver in left and center, with the 87 arm, speed 63, subpar. This card, it's doable. Now, for my team personally, I'm not going to put him out there because my outfield is stacked. My outfield is super stacked. I'm also going to talk about it later in the video when I go over Giancarlo Stanton, because I love his swing in this game. His gold card has like 50 home runs for me. But if I get this card, he'll probably be a pinch hitter. But he's not going to make his way to my outfield. My outfield, they have to have like close to diamond defense, if not diamond. My outfield, I need speed and diamond out there. Like, no questions asked. I need it. But nonetheless, this is a great card. If I were to go after one of the cards, one of the higher overall cards in this collection, it would definitely be this Aaron Judge. He's pretty well rounded. He has the hitting stats. He has the fielding stats. The speed is a little low, but it's still there. This is a good card. Next up, Cal Ripken Jr. 97 113 contact with 105 120 power. That's really good. That's really good, especially for a shortstop, and he's still going to give you gold defense over at short with a 90 arm. The speed is a little low, so... No, the speed is really low. 51 speed. He's also plays third base, but at third base, he'll have the silver shield. I like this card. I really do, because I'm no one to talk. I have Chipper Jones over at shortstop. He has like a 60-something speed with a bronze shield, and this would have a silver shield. No, this would have a gold shield at short, silver at third base. This is a good card as well. This is a really good card, especially with the 90 arm. This is a good card. Those hitting stats are really well balanced. I can imagine. I've never used this card, so I don't know how the swing is. I don't know if he has a glitchy swing, if the ball flies off the bat. But looking at the stats at first glance, I would like this card. I would recommend this card. If I would give it a 1 out of 10, just from looks, just from looking at it, I would probably give it a good 7 or 8. This is a good card. Next up, we have Giancarlo Stanton. This guy, I love his swing in this game. That swing is just dangerous in this game. He just hits shots. And then when you give him a 94 and 100 contact with maxed out power, 125 on both sides, vision is low. Nobody cares about the vision. Fielding 66. He's gonna have a bronze shield anywhere you put him in the outfield. 81 arm, so I guess it kind of makes up for it, but it really doesn't. Speed, again, card for the hitting stats. Now, I would love to get him and put him as a pinch hitter, but who's going to pay 61,000 stubs for a pinch hitter? Unless you get him in the packs. Well, you guys know how I feel about packs. I might feel some type of way about packs, but I always got to open them. I have to make sure. It's just I have an addiction to packs. I'm addicted to it. That's probably where they get us, right? So, 94, 100 contact, 125 power on both sides. This is a good hitting card. If you want to start him, I probably wouldn't. My team, because again, defense in the outfield is a big thing for me, because when people hit shots in the gap, it's really that big of a difference between having that silver or having that gold/diamond shield where the fielder will get to it. And I'm afraid that with a 55 speed, and a 64 reaction, Giancarlo Stanton isn't going to get to those balls in the gap. He's going to be giving up a lot of doubles, sometimes even triples, maybe not because the arm is 81. But when we're talking about the hitting, I would give this card probably the same as Cal Ripken because that power is maxed out on both sides. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10, maybe 8, because that power is wild. Now, moving on to the one card that I would feel I would start on my team. It might be because this specific card, he was a Yankee, from the Dominican Republic. Growing up, he was one of my favorite players. This Robinson Cano card. We have an 88 104 contact with a 121 116 power. A lefty bat. 81 fielding, which means he'll have a gold shield over at second base, the only position he'll play. And a 51 speed. But in the second baseman, I don't really look for speed. My current second baseman is Ryan. You guys know Ryan. R-Y-N-E. Ryan. He's been holding it down, but as of late, I've been slumping on offense with him. I can't hit with him as of late. I don't know why. I moved him down in the lineup after I got Tony Gwynn. Maybe that has something to do with it. But I'm considering getting this card and replacing Ryan Sandberg. Not even replacing, just moving Ryan Sandberg to the bench and seeing what this Robinson Cano card can do. Because Robinson Cano has one of the sweetest lefty swings I've ever seen. And these stats mixed with that swing, I'm excited to see. I'm probably going to get this card and start him over at second for a few games, see how it goes. I would give this card a 8 or 8, maybe 8.5 out of 10. At first glance, without using him, 8.5 out of 10. Now, the last two players coming to an end. We have 102, 85 contact. Yoenis Cespedes, 102, 85 contact with a 112, 122 power. That's pretty good. I've never used this card, so I'm not sure how the swing works. But we have a 75 fielding, so he'll have a silver shield wherever you put him in the outfield. That's not bad. That's doable. That's actually pretty doable. And a 90 arm. Okay, we know Cespedes has a 99 arm. That man has a rocket of an arm. Like, the guy can throw somebody out from anywhere. And then the 69 speed and 71 reaction. This card can start in a lot of... I know I've said the gold or diamond defense in the outfield for me, but this card might be able to start in my outfield because of that. He has nearly a 70 speed, and it's a silver shield. It's not like he's not going to get to anything. And then the power, 112, 122. This is a good card. I would give this card probably the same as the Cano, a 7.8 to 8.5 out of 10. This is a good card. We have Pete Alonso. I don't feel like he should have been champion, but he earned it. He won. He beat Vlad fair and square according to the rules. I still feel like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was put on a way better performance, but nonetheless, Pete Alonso, he won last year. He has the 84, 97 contact, maxed out power on both sides, 125, 125. Now this card is a little different because he's a first baseman. First baseman, you don't care what the fielding is as long as he can catch the ball at first. So we're going to disregard the fielding. The speed is really low, but when you have a 125, you're not going to care about running the bases because everything you hit, you want it to be over the fence. So when you give him an 84, 97 contact, maxed out power, that's a pretty good card. They gave him a 98, so this is one of the higher tier. This is the highest tier of the two packs. This is the highest overall, not including the Ken Griffey that you get when you collect all of them. This is a pretty decent card, especially for a first baseman. I like this card. I'll probably give it I'll give it the same as the Robinson Cano and Cespedes, an 8.5 out of 10. Now, when you collect every single one of the other cards I just reviewed, you can get this card. A 98 overall Ken Griffey, 74, 84 contact with a maxed out power. Maxed out power on both sides. Fielding is 86, 87 arm, 75 speed. This is a good card, but you're going to think I'm crazy. The overall is higher, but I don't think it's higher than this card. Right here, this is the Ken Griffey that I have currently. 74, 84 contact, 107, 76 power. All right. The power is maxed out on both sides, but he has a 94 fielding, 92 arm, and 81 speed. I feel like they could have done better with this card. Yes, I gotta remember it's just a home run derby card, but even then they kept the 74 contact against righties. All they did was max out the power, which is huge. Yeah, I know they maxed out the power, and the fielding and arm and the speed isn't too much off. The other card has an 80 speed. I feel like they could have done better with this card. Obviously, this card is better than the 95 I just showed you, but I don't feel like it's 3 overalls higher. I feel like if they were going to make this card like this, they should have at least bumped up the righty contact to 80. and they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna come out with a better Ken Griffey. It's really hard for me to believe that this 98 overall home run derby collection Ken Griffey is the highest one they're gonna give us. So I don't think I'm gonna complete this collection. Now, when I break down the prices, if you buy each player and don't have luck in the packs, I did the math. If you buy each player individually and don't spend the 100K to take a chance on getting a high overall, a higher tier, which each of them, the most one is going for, I think it's either Pete Alonso or Aaron Judge. They're going for like 60 something K, like 68, 69K. If you try to buy each of these players individually, you'll end up spending a whopping 430,000 stubs. I wouldn't do it. I'm fighting myself to not open these 5 packs. I don't think I'm gonna complete this collection. I'm probably gonna get this Robinson Cano card and test them out at second. And I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that Ken Griffey would be worth it. I know you've seen the stats. They're crazy stats. But to get all that, you would have to spend 430,000 stubs unless you have the pack luck. Not worth it. I would stick to the Ken Griffey that I have. If you want a Ken Griffey, the power isn't quite there, but the guy rakes for me. He hits shots, and he's 28,000 stubs. It's a no-brainer. I'm spending the 28,000. Well, there you have it. It's been a pleasure. Drop a big ass like, drop a comment, let me know what you think, or if you've opened any of these packs, let me know if you've had any luck, and please subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.